everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Now today I have a very exciting announcement to make about the next group order, the November group order as I'm calling it, via the Silver Forum, this time in fact from two separate bullion dealers, goldsilver.be and the European Mint. Now I've put a link down in the description below to a thread over on the Silver Forum where you can find out all of the information that you need to know about these orders, but if you don't know, or if you're new to the channel, or you haven't seen one of the big unboxings that I've done, basically, in a nutshell, we pay lots of tax here in the UK if we buy from a UK dealer, so we buy from Europe, but often it's a little bit more expensive with the shipping. So these group orders offset that. We also get preferential rates from places like the European Mint. So it's all told an incredibly good way of buying cheap silver, hence the title of this video. Do you want to buy some cheap silver? Now there's a lot to go through about this order. I'm going to go and regurgitate a lot of what's on that thread that there's a link to down in the description below, because it's a very long thread. There's a lot of terms and conditions and things like that which people need to understand if they want to join this order. So I'm going to regurgitate a lot of that in this particular video. But I just want to say before I get into all of that, that the group orders are an incredibly efficient and cost-effective way of getting some cheap silver. So I'd highly recommend that if you're based in the UK or even in Europe, then have a look at this, because it's a really, really good way of being able to get some cheap silver. The thing that I'll say before I go on any further is it's not exclusively for Silver Forum members, although I am only organising it via the Silver Forum. So if you want to join in, you need to go over and sign up to the Silver Forum. You can sign up for free. It's not restricted to paid members only. So just go over there. I do that because it's a lot easier for me to arrange and organise. There's a lot to do for these group orders. It's a monumental task for both myself and Mrs. Backyard Bullion, and it's just a lot easier for me to communicate updates and issues or anything like that out on the Silver Forum rather than having to individually email lots of people. So if you want to find out more, everything that I'm about to say now is basically a summary of the thread which is over on the Silver Forum. I wanted to go through that here because I know there's a lot of people out there who maybe, it's a very large thread, let's be honest. There's like over 1,000 words in that thread. It's very big. And I just want to kind of regurgitate that all for you here because I'm going to get a lot of questions on it. I always do, and hopefully some of the questions will be answered in this video. So basically the group order, as I've said, very efficient, very cost-effective way of getting some free. So basically the group order is open now. It's open from this weekend, which is the 27th and 28th of October, and it will be open for 4 individual weekends, closing on Sunday, the 19th of November 2018. I'll be only taking orders on the weekend. I don't take orders midweek. That's partially because the silver prices, metal prices will fluctuate, and over the weekends they're fixed, so it's a lot easier for me to arrange. Also, I can devote some actual time on a weekend to getting everything done and arranged rather than ad hoc here and there during the week. It's very disruptive. So 4 weekends, if you want to order, it has to be over a weekend. As I said, you have to get in touch over on the Silver Forum rather than by email. If you email me, I'm just going to refer you to the Silver Forum, so make sure you go over there and sign up as a free member if you want to get involved. Now, there's a few terms and conditions which people need to understand as part of this order. They are all over on the thread. And if you join the order, it's very important that you read them, because by joining the order you are agreeing to those terms and conditions. The first one is that I cannot be held financially responsible for any loss or damage items part of this order. Orders are final. Once I get the money and I've placed the order, that's it. You cannot cancel, cannot refund. Any of those orders are based on prices from the dealers' websites. If for whatever reason those dealers' prices change between you paying me and me paying them, then obviously we'll have to top up or refund where appropriate. You agree that I am acting on your behalf to purchase these items from the various dealers. Also, I can only dispatch the items that you order once I take delivery of them, and also once you've paid for the onwards postage, which comes separately after the order has closed. In the unlikely event that, sound like an aeroplane safety warning here, in the unlikely event of a water-based landing, anyway, I guess back to it, in the unlikely event that something is completely lost in transit or damaged completely, irrevocably in transit, I will be happy to act as that kind of initiator, point of contact for any claims that we might want to make through Royal Mail or through the various different bullion dealers' insurance. I can only make a payout on those if I make a successful claim, and I cannot be held responsible if there are unsuccessful claims. And you ultimately are liable for any taxes that might be applied to your order when you take delivery of it from me. So I have had a few people who have ordered from various different countries in Europe, and I believe there are different taxes that some countries will apply. So in that situation, that's your responsibility. And by joining the group order, you agree to all of the above. Now, the group order this time is a little bit more complicated than some of the previous group orders, and that's because we are doing what I'm calling a dual group order. Now, one of the things that we've talked about in the past, we've used goldsilver.be and we've used European Mint. There's two separate dealers, both have their pros and cons, and I'm not going to go into all of that now. It's well documented over on the Silver Forum, and I don't really want to divert from what we're talking about today. But basically, in the past, we've used either or. Today, this month, we are using both. That's because there's a lot of demand for both companies. They both offer different coins, obviously, they both offer different services. And I thought it would be a good idea to trial doing both. But it's quite complicated. So what we're doing is the orders from goldsilver.be have to be this weekend. So if you want to order from them, it has to be this very first weekend. I will not be taking orders from goldsilver.be after this first weekend, the 27th and 28th of October. Now, you can order from European Mint on any of the 4 weekends, including this weekend. So that's open the whole time. But goldsilver.be only this one weekend at the start. Now, in addition to the various different options that you have of the two dealers, there is also a European Mint price match guarantee. Now, the European Mint, very, very savvy company, and they have very smartly recognised that there is a very big market here on the Silver Forum, and they want to offer that price match guarantee. So there's a list of various different coins which can be price matched. I'm not going to go through them all now, but over on the forum, there's a whole list there. So if you find that that coin at that price on goldsilver.be and it's more expensive on European Mint, they will price match it. And just let me know which coin it is, and I'll basically let you know what the best price is. Now, to place an order, you basically just have to get in touch with me via the Silver Forum. So you need to send me an email on the Silver Forum, a private message on the forum, not an email to my email account. When you send that message to me on the forum, please include hyperlinks to each and every item, because it saves me an awful lot of time instead of having to individually search for every single coin. Also put the quantities that you have there. Once you've done that, I will give you a total. I'll send you a screenshot of the basket and also of the final total that it will be in pounds. You'll then pay me via a banks transfer or PayPal friends and family. I do insist that banks transfers are the only method of payment for brand new people who have joined either the forum or these group orders. If it's the first time you're doing a group order, then that's banks transfer only. Once I get those funds, your order is locked. That is it. You cannot get a refund. It is sealed, signed, not quite delivered, but it will be delivered. That is final. So please bear that in mind. I cannot change that once you have sent me the funds. Now, the other thing to say is we're only going to be ordering in-stock items. Anything on pre-order is not going to be included in this. So if there's something that you're not sure about, or if it says on one of the websites that it's got various different availability dates, just ask, let me know. I'll let you know if something is or is not allowed in this order before you can place it. As I said earlier, orders only during the weekends. You need to get the funds to me in that weekend before 6 p.m. on either day. That would be very handy. I would like to have evenings to myself and Mrs. Backyard Bullion. It's one of the very big trials and tribulations in my life at the moment, because I do my day job, I do Backyard Bullion throughout the week, and then we do the group orders on the weekend. So I'm constantly on the go, constantly doing things. So it's nice to have a hard cut-off where we can just sit back, have a nice gin and tonic or something, and just relax. And that's it for the weekend. So 6 p.m. on any weekend day, that is the hard cut-off. So please make sure you get everything you want to me by then. Now, onwards shipping. So the share of international postage costs is basically the thing that you'll have added to your order once the order is complete. It's 1% of the value of your orders from the European Mint. So if you order €500 worth of stuff, your contribution to the group shipping is 1%, €5. Goldsilver.be's shipping is fixed at €18 for the whole order, no matter how big it is. So if the whole order with goldsilver.be is €1,000 and your individual order is 500, you pay 50% of €18, which is €9, etc., etc. So basically, the more that people order, the cheaper it gets from that perspective on goldsilver.be, but it's fixed at 1% for the European Mint. Once everything's closed on that final weekend, which is, I'm just going to get it up here, it's on the 19th of November. Once everything is closed, then I will be sending you all a separate invoice which will cover those international postage costs as well as your options for onwards postage. So you do have to pay for postage from me to you, and that's going to be at your choice and at your risk. In the UK, there's no precious metals insurance on Royal Mail items unless they are sent via special delivery. Now I've got a table of all the different costs that you can estimate over on that thread on the Silver Forum, so make sure you go and have a look. As I said earlier as well, if there's an issue with the Royal Mail delivery, I can only pay out any insurance values if there's a successful claim. So anything that's not on special delivery obviously is not going to be covered, and I cannot pay out to you, so you need to understand that. And that is about it in terms of procedure. There's only one last thing to say, and that is it's very, very laborious to do these. Now, I love doing them, and I don't want to come off and seem like I'm complaining about them. Now, we don't charge for this service, but we do offer people the opportunity to pay us what I call a tip or a service charge. And traditionally, we've said £1. £1 per person. It helps because we can then order a giant takeaway. And for those of you who are interested this time round, we'll be ordering a giant Chinese takeaway. It really does help keep that motivation up for all of the hours that go into these orders. So do consider doing that. Of course, there are other ways that you can support this order and the whole sort of enterprise, and that is of course through purchasing hand-poured silver, which can be combined with your purchases for the group order, and you can save a little bit of money on shipping costs as well. So lots of different ways that you can say thank you to myself and Mrs. Backyard Bullion. Especially Mrs. Backyard Bullion. I don't need the thanks. I do it out of the goodness of my heart and the fact that I get to unbox 2,000 ounces of silver on my channel. But Mrs. Backyard Bullion has a very, very demanding day job, and then she comes home and she has to deal with 2,000 ounces of silver, 85 parcels to organise, package and send out. It's not an easy task by any means. So any support that you guys can give would be greatly appreciated. So that is it in a nutshell. I hope you guys have understood what I said. Anything that I have said today on this video is basically regurgitated over on that thread on the Silver Forum, so go and have a read there. If you've got any questions, if you've got anything that you want to know about it, please do get in touch. You can drop me a comment here. You can drop me an email as well, but if you want to join the order, please do head on over to the Silver Forum. Links are all down in the description below. If you like this video, if you like this this sort of service that I'm offering, hit the thumbs up button. That will really help share it around through the YouTube land and get the word out there to lots of other people in the UK that you don't have to pay VAT on your silver. You can get it a lot cheaper than you think. If you would like to get updates on this order, or if you would like to see the huge unboxing which is going to come from part of this order, then please do hit that subscribe button and hit the alarm bell if you'd like to get future updates as well. Otherwise, that is all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic weekend, and please make sure you like, share, comment and subscribe for more.